Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here now on the show to talk about Game 2 of the 2025 NBA Finals, and kind of as I expected, the Thunder win Game 2 really easily, 123, 107, so yeah, not surprised. Pacers just didn't play well in the first half, and kind of just too much of a deficit to come back from. Like, even when they were scoring, they just couldn't get stops. Halliburton, he gets going tries to get going too late to these games. Like, yes, I know how clutch he's been, and people were just over exaggerating, saying, "Oh, he only hits clutch shots and he doesn't play good." He plays good. Like, it's just he got going too late. He does this thing where it's just too passive. Early in these games, you gotta get going, man. Like, SGA set the tone for his team from the start, and Halliburton just didn't. And I felt this was kind of expected, and it's gonna be hard to beat them when you get 20 points from Caruso off the bench, you get 18 from Aaron Wiggins. I mean, it's hard to beat a team like that, and they just got completely outplayed tonight. Like, they just shot poorly from three, from the field. Had 15 turnovers, so turnovers were a problem again. OKC done a much better job on the boards this game, done much better job rebounding. But 1-1 series. The Pacers can be happy with the 1-1 split on the road, which any team would be happy in the finals. But it wasn't really an encouraging game tonight. You just got to put that on Halliburton. Like, got to set the tone. Like, I know he wants to get his teammates involved, but he's got to be more aggressive. They need to get momentum for Game 3, because OKC will be hungry to get one on the road, so you got to be hungry too. And the two Indiana Stars really didn't play well tonight, and the role players, not much there either. 1-1 isn't bad. It is what it is. SGA was just fantastic tonight. And I also think they did overreact to his drives tonight. They should have let him get his 40 ball. Like, they've been collapsing on him all night, and they collapsed on him all night. He just kept finding shooters. Shea has been better in his efficiency also. Chet played good tonight. He was just on one tonight. And Aaron Wiggins was on one tonight. He had that green light. But you see Sam Presti taking notes up there during the game. But the thing is, another thing that kind of frustrates me with Halliburton is he won't even look at the rim sometimes. Like, he does this every other game. Like, he's a good player. He should know he can score. Look at the rim. Like, I know you're a really good passer, and you don't turn the ball over, but I want to see him, like, get aggressive early. Try and get into a rhythm. It's kind of a bad, really, first half of hopes from Halliburton. Like, yeah, he scored in the second half, but it was really too little too late, to be honest. The defense was great from OKC tonight. Really good bounce back. But it was just perfect game from SGA tonight with his shot making and him driving to the rim, getting defenders to collapse on him, finding open shooters. Just touching the paint and kicking to open shooters. And after the first quarter, this game was never really competitive. It ended in a blowout, which I've expressed how much I hate playoff blowouts throughout the whole thing, even in the NBA Finals. So I'm not going to bother complaining about that because I'm not going to waste my time. But yeah, the Thunder were great tonight offensively. 3 of the 4 quarters, they scored 30-plus points. 26 in the first. That was the only time this game was close. 33 in the second, 34 in the third, 30 in the fourth. The game just got out of hand in the second quarter. OKC outscored them 33-21. Pacers really just couldn't do anything. They were missing a lot of threes, turning the ball over. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Game 1, but they still turned it over 15 times. And Game 1, they shot well. Game 2, tonight they didn't shoot well. And the Thunder defense was great, though. Give them credit. But SGA, like I said, that was fantastic. 34 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds from Shai Gilgeous. 11 for 21. He was just great all night long. I mean, I know I kind of voice frustration sometimes. Oh, free throw merchant, but can't say that not. He was balling out there. Whether it was driving to the rim, hitting jump shots, or driving to feed somebody else open at the 3-point line. Great game from Shai Gilgeous. Good bounce back game from Chet. 15 points, 6 rebounds. Was good on the defensive end of the floor. He was 6 of 11 from the field. He was really, really good tonight. 1 block. Much better game from Chet. Showed their resilience, and they're now 5-0 in games following a loss. And their average margin of victory is but like 20 points. So, stepped up when they need him to. J-Dub, 19 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 for 14 from J-Dub. Lou Dort, 3 points. But he was great on the defensive end of the floor. Obviously, his offense is whatever. But, his defense, though. What is happening? Caruso, 20 points, 6 of 11. Hell of a night from Alex Caruso. He outscored every player on the opposing team in an NBA Finals game. That's how good he was tonight. 4 of 8 from 3. What a game from Alex Caruso. 18 points from Aaron Wiggins. 6 of 11. That's why I say this team is deep, because they have guys off the bench like Aaron Wiggins, Alex Caruso. They can get you 15 to 20 points. Like, that's how good this team is. That's how good this team is, man. Casey Wallace, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. He was great tonight. 2 for 4. He was excellent. Hartenstein, 3 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. There was a nice alley-oop he threw to Chet. 1 for 2. He was great out there. I like him coming off the bench. Wiggins, Caruso, and Hartenstein were good off the bench. Kenrich Williams, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. Joe. 2 points. Mitchell, 2 points. The Arkansas Jalen Williams, 3 points. And they've tied this series 1-1 after their Game 2 victory for the Pacers. They dropped Game 2 here, but the most important thing is they got 1 game in OKC, so now they go back home. And Game 3's on Wednesday. I don't know why there's like 2 days off between games, but whatever. For the Pacers tonight, they didn't have it. I mean, they were able to keep the deficit between like somewhere between 15 to like 20 points, but they just never get any closer. They cut it like 13, 14, but they just couldn't get any closer. They just couldn't get the key stops they needed. And they just didn't shoot as well as they did in Game 1 tonight. I think I got to go over the OKC stats first. 48, 38, and 87 shooting splits. Played much better than they did in Game 1. Well, I mean, Game 1 was them collapsing, but they did play better than they did in Game 1. Really cleaned up the rebounding. 43 total, 11 offensive, 32 defensive, 25 assists. 4 blocks, 10 steals, 13 turnovers, 38 points in the paint, and 20 fouls. So, there's their stat sheet for the Pacers. Halliburton, 17 points, 6 assists. Just really struggled in the first half. Really wasn't doing much. He ended the game 7 for 13, but it felt like most of that was kind of when the game was over. Or it was still within, like, 20 points, but like I said, I want to see him get more aggressive early in these games trying to score, instead of not looking at the rim. Because I know he's a hell of a player. And I've said this, I think he's a superstar. But he just does this thing every other game where he's just not looking at the rim to score, when I'm like, dude, you can score. Like, I know you want to get your teammates involved, but you're a superstar of this team. Siakam, 15 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. 3 of 11. I expect more from him. They're two superstars tonight. Halliburton, Siakam didn't show up tonight. So, those two are going to have to play better in Game 3. Turner, 16 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 for 12 for Miles Turner. He had a nice poster dunk. And played well in the third quarter. But my God, this guy only gets 3-4 rebounds for a 7-footer. Naismith, 14 points, 5 of 12, hit 3 threes. Nembhard, 11 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 for 8 from Andrew Nembhard. Mathurin, 14 points, 4 for 7. TJ McConnell, 11 points, 6 assists, 5 for 7. Those kind of come in the fourth quarter. It felt like when the game was over. Ben Shepherd, 3 points. Obi Toppin, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 1 for 8. He didn't shoot as well as he did in Game 1. So they're going to need him to play better off the bench in Game 3. Thomas Bryant, I don't even know why he gets minutes. I'm not going to lie. James Johnson, 2 points. So yeah, there's your stat sheet for the players, so the team stats. 45, 35, and 73 shooting splits. A really, really poor three-point shooting game for the Pacers. Not as good rebounding as they did in Game 1. 35 total, 7 offensive, 20 defensive. Defensive rebounding was a bit of a problem, so they got to clean that up for Game 3. 27 assists, 6 blocks, 9 steals, 15 turnovers, 32 in the paint, and 25 fouls. But good win for the Thunder, man, to tie this series up 1-1. I hate that it was kind of a blowout, I guess. That it wasn't really competitive after the first quarter. But Game 1 was really good. Game 2 tonight's kind of shitty, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully Game 3 will be really good in Indiana. But really the keys is they need their 2 stars to play better next game. Halliburton, Siakam didn't really play well tonight. Need to rebound better. Clean up the glass. And just get back to playing Pacer ball that they've done this whole postseason. But Game 3 will be Wednesday at 8:30. So I'll see you guys then Wednesday for Game 3 and see who will take a 2-1 lead. So difference was that bench tonight. Bench players for OKC stepped up. We'll see if that happens again in Game 3. So I'll say peace.